thought today was an awesome stance, just from players kind of bonding together and making the messaging even stronger. If you guys didn't notice, if you went on Twitter or Instagram, you saw a lot of players with the hashtag We Want to Play, and really just urging the league office and the ownership to really kind of work with us and work this out. And I get everyone always talks about football players. They always talk about millions of dollars of this, financial part, that. But I think the most important thing for every player right now is our safety. I don't care how much money you have. It doesn't matter if your family member gets sick or a kid gets sick or a grandparent or mom or dad. Like, that's what guys care about right now, and what's important to guys. And I thought that was just awesome to see so many guys come together and really deliver a strong message.
Yeah, to me, what was key was just the cohesiveness of it all. And I think we don't always do a good job of doing that as players, using our own platforms to get a message out and show unity with any given topic. You know, usually whenever there's a thing with the CBA, we'll see guys, the media will post something what's going on with PA, NFL, and then we'll see guys tweet about it like, what the heck is this? What the heck is that? So I think we've done a really good job as players to make sure everybody's informed, make sure everybody's on the same page. And in this situation, we all want the same thing. So I think it was really good, like you just said, to challenge the league and like, hey, let's work this thing out. We all know that there's a global pandemic going on. We know that there's going to be risk involved, but let's minimize the risk as much as possible to make the game as safe as possible for us to be able to go back and play. Because, I mean, hey, this pandemic has been rough on everybody. And I think sports is a way that we can kind of ease the feelings of the stress and anxiety that everybody's going through. For us as players, we get a chance to get out there and do what we love. And for fans, they get to sit down and be able to watch sports that they've watched for so many years that they love, that brings people together, that changes the subject, gives people an opportunity to just relax and enjoy something and kind of forget about the situation that's at hand. So I'm looking forward to us hopefully being able to work this thing out as training camp is rolling around the corner. Time is dwindling, and it sucks because we knew this was coming, but it's crunch time. And as we know, per CBA stuff and per free agent deals, per franchise tags, per rook, anything that gets done is always comes down to the last minute when there's deadlines involved. So hopefully this is going to be the same way.
I see we just got a comment, the real LX Men from YouTube. I don't get the play football but can't swap jerseys part. Also, do you guys read these comments? So obviously he knows we read these comments. Yeah, and and I think that's one of the things, like, you hear that, it doesn't make sense. Like, if we're going to play football, swapping jerseys. And honestly, even for us as players, like, the last thing we should care about swapping jerseys, and it's vice versa. Like, that's not a rule that matters, swapping jerseys or taking a picture after the game. That's not the issue. But I think, like Jay just talked about, training camps around the corner, and as a player, you just want to know there's some guidelines going in. I hear everybody talking about other people, they go to work and agree. Like, and a lot of guys want to go to work, but I think everyone who has gone back to work, they have gone back to work with some guidelines, some do's and don'ts, some things that are a lot different than what they used to be. So I think for us, we got to iron that out because we play a game that's different than some other professions where we're asked to be really right on top of each other for practice time, call it 3 hours. And within that 3 hours at any given moment, it could be a tackling circuit. It can be a blocking circuit. It could be man press where you're right in another man's face and you have to compete. So at any given time, we put ourselves in a higher risk than we're used to because we don't usually have to talk about COVID. And from last year, we've all dealt with, call it the flu and different things like that. And we've known how to adjust and handle that. But this right here is just so different of how to handle it. So it'll be very interesting to see how things move going forward, especially with some of these rookies having to report back early. Probably some of the guys that know the least about what's going on, having to be there is not a great feeling, I would say.
Yeah, and that's what's so crazy is because as time is dwindling, and for a while there, for a few days, you'd see different things where it's just like Houston's rookies have been told that they should report. And it's just like there was something that came out yesterday, like all players are going to report on the 28th and injured players on the 23rd and rookies on the 21st. And as players, I just we can give the perspective so everybody can understand. As players, that was for a lot of us. That was the first time we've seen these dates. You're seeing people in the media post things, but like from a player standpoint, we have no idea when our report date is. What time do we report? What's the process when we get there? All 90 guys can't report at 1 o'clock to the stadium. So it's just like, hey, if we all report on the 28th, hey, is it alphabetical order? Is the first 15 guys reporting at this time?